Alright, so the plan is, I'm not sure if this is going to work. I've not planned too much, to be honest. I'm just going to see what happens, see if it works, all that sort of fun stuff. So I've got some training songs. We're going to do 140, and the idea is it'll be playing, and then I wheel it up, and then that turns into a beat. So let's have a listen. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully that's enough audio to make it cool. Let's give it a go. Testing audio. Cool. All good. And let me open up Ableton and we'll just get this ball rolling. Could be an absolute fail. I've absolutely no idea how it's going to turn out, or if it'll work, or literally anything, to be honest with you. I've got no clue. But here we go, and hopefully all is good. If not, it's okay. You know, it's not that deep. Just a little bit of fun, really. I'm going to put it on the hi-hats, and it might be a good idea to wear headphones so that I can sort of hear what's happening. I could play it out loud, but that might disrupt the microphone, and then you'll be able to hear it, and that might not be enjoyable for you. Hearing it twice, There we go, plugging it in, and that should be good. Over here, I think that's where we got the wheel up. Right there. And I mean, it is 140, so I can just turn off warp, to be honest. That's good. And it pretty much ends right there. And that's where it continues. Okay, that's good. So all I'm going to do is do a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Do not need the synth. Duck is perhaps a bit of an exaggeration because there's only one synth and that's that. So we can remove that and truly just ungroup it. Now group. There we go. And let's just get a kick and a snare going and see what happens. Again, not really sure how it's going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad. Okay, let's have a listen and then try to find a snare that works with this sound first, more than anything. And it's just literally just going to be this loop. Let's do a little fade out there and maybe have it like that, repeating that. And let's have gentle fade in there. Let's loop that, and we're going to have a listen to here to see what that sounds like. Not the best, but what if we reverse that? Now we've got a little bit more potential here, because that's like an LFO, right? So let's have a listen. Okay, I've got an idea. Now we've just got to find a snare that I think would work there. That's too simple, but it would work. We want a snare that'll, not too fat, but a snare that'll stand out a little bit. That one's decent, maybe. Give it a go, we can always change it later on. And try to find a kick that'll work. Okay. Kick's not strong enough. Maybe this, but I think it might be too high. Too high. It's got potential. Now, what I am going to do is sort of record my vocals here, because there is something that I want to be putting in, and maybe I could tap it out instead, to be honest. That might be beneficial. Yeah? Yeah, go on then, let's tap it out. Right here. And we could we could drum rack. We'll just get a drum rack in here. And right now there's nothing there, but I think we can just drag this in. There we go. And that's it. We've got to find that note now. One moment, let's find that note. So we're too high, too high, too high, too high. Oh, higher, higher, about there. We need to go down. That's not what it sounds like, is it? No, it's not. Some shit's being cut out. Oh, that's what's being cut out. Sure, whatever. And we're just going to turn this off and turn this off, and we're going to bring that in ourselves and record it and hope for the best, see what happens. Cool, that's good. Slightly off, but we can always fix that. So these two probably need to move over there. Yep, cool. That's good. And we're going to bring that there, we're going to bring that there. This one's going to go down 5 decibels. What? Because it's just a bit too loud. Nothing wrong with being a bit loud. It's nice to express yourself, but in this occasion, it's just a bit too loud. It's a bit too much for us, that's all. And that's a-okay, you know? So we're going to join that up to make that as a 1 unit. We're going to join that up to make that as a 1 unit, and then we're going to copy that and paste it and duplicate. Now we're going to take this and we're going to make this -5. But what? That means that we're going to have to make this also motherfucking -5. Let's go, what? And over here we've got kick, kick again, and I'm going to copy this because what? It's going to happen here again, what? And it's going to happen there again as well. So that means we can get rid of this entirely, and now we've got this. But we need to make that actually come in, and finally we need the snare in there. So this snare is a little pretty, but it's too long of a tail if we want it to duck underneath with the synth. So we're going to drag that over there and we're going to join that together, and that's going to be that. So we're going to copy that and paste it in there and paste it there, paste it there. So that means every time one of these sounds come in, signals come in, because we can see that it's actually muted, but anytime these signals come in, this sound is going to be ducked underneath in terms of volume. Awesome. And now we'll get some hi-hats in there. I think we do maybe a few layers, but we'll see. Okay. These two is what I want. Oh shit, what was that one? That was 6, and I want 7. This one's a little more open. Yep, and this one's more closed. Cool. Alright, so I had an idea of a rhythm in my head, but I can't really remember it right now. If only I kept that drum rack, because then I could just use that, but we can still do that anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to drag that there, and we're going to drag this one onto D, and that just makes it a little easier because I can just go. Lovely. And let's just have a listen and feel what works. Very, very messy, can't hear a damn thing. I suppose it doesn't really matter, any of it. So let's just draw it in. We're not going to start there, we're actually going to start there. And we've got to make sure that this is ducking. Ooh, and it's not. So we want to make sure it's ducking underneath the kick and snare. And we want this to not have such a big frequency. There's a problem here. We don't want it there. And this will allow the hi-hats to kick through, punch through, yeah? So again, I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't think I need to. Let's just try this out and see what happens. See, the kicker's already got pretty much like a hi-hat vibe in there. That's something that we need to remember. Dun, 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 dun. I've got to work out which one's the open, which one's the closed one. Okay, top one we'll call it open. So we're going to go. Okay. Okay, just learning which one's which. Okay, let's give it a go, see what happens. Very, 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 very similar. Command U that shit and bring it all in. So Command U does quantization. And I think whilst that is happening, we just have these clopping along throughout the whole process. I think that might be pretty damn Gangnam style. But it might not be. Ineffective, don't like it. Let's just stick to this hi-hat and see what happens. Oh, looks like good, yeah, we've still got that there. So this is closed, this is slightly open. So we can have the slightly opened there, we have the closed there. And that just gives us a gentle sort of rhythm. Okay. Okay, that's fine. This is too much, weirdly enough. Next, you always got the fresher song ideas. Yeah, this is, I literally did a wheel up just like 10 minutes ago. And this is actually a real idea. I must admit, it's not a real song. Expecting lots of fun movements on this one. It's not going to be a full song. It is literally just this short thing, and it's going to fucking loop. How you doing today? I'm doing fucking good, bro. I'm doing fucking good. Busy day today, but I'm doing fucking good. How you doing? How you doing, Nex? Just feels off somehow. Let's try that. You know what? Fuck all of this. Let's just do symbols. Yeah, open crashes and shit. Good, mate. You know there's a little bit of delay. If you watch it on YouTube, you get a slight delay. Bruh, shut up. You get a slight delay, but if you watch it on Twitch, there's like 3-second delay. It's almost instant. For example, I mean, okay. For example, if you got access to the time right now, I can tell you that it is 2:54:08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then you can see what sort of delay you got cooking over there. Just cooking up some stuff for some clients, working on a set for end of month and grinding the production still. Bro, we need to do more lessons. You're working on a set, let's do some more lessons, bro. Maybe that one. Yep. We're going to put it there, and then we're going to take that, we're going to take that, we're going to reverse it, and make it build up again, and make it what? Smash it again. Crazy. And then build up again right at the end here. Lovely, 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 lovely. In the words of my barber, lovely jubbly. 100% need the lessons. Please, please, I love teaching. Was going to check my schedule ahead and get back to you for looking something in. Yeah, definitely do. Definitely do, bro. And let's get some more movement in here. We are going to chuck on a motherfucking modulator, LFO, but not just an LFO, we're going to chuck on utility as well. Make sure the compressor sidechain compression is after it, but just so that you can see it so my head's not in the way, I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to take the map and put it onto the balance so that it swings left and right. If we solo just the hi-hats, which is just a crash, let me rename that, we can have a listen. You can hear it swinging left and right. We're going to swing it much more quickly. We're going to do eighths. Perfect. We're going to lower that depth. A little more. About there we go. That's plenty of movement. And then we're going to make sure that it's ducking after that shit. But been putting in lots of time into it since Camden. Yeah, very excited. Awesome. What BPM are you working at? What do you think? Actually, let's see if you can guess. I'll play it for a little bit. You tell me what BPM you think this is, and I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. I feel like this is a slightly misleading BPM. Have a listen. Shit, my bad, sorry. Have a listen. 145 is my guess, fuck knows. You're actually really close. You're pretty much, yeah, it's 140. Just to me, it feels really fucking fast. But you're absolutely pretty much spot on, yeah, 140, crazy. Good work. You see how it shows up on the screen, but it doesn't show up in chat. That's because you swore. For some reason, swearing shows up on my stream, just not in chat. Yeah, damn. Yeah, it is. It's spot on. You know I love 140 anyway. To be fair. I really want to get some hi-hats in here. Let's try 7 and just see where I can fit that in. Put it there. And copy. It's really not the best. Not there. Yeah, genuinely it does need to be there. Currently working on 140 rhythm, super generic but fun as hell. That's what it's all about. Fuck worrying about if it sounds good or bad or anything. Fun as hell is the main fucking thing, man. That's what art is, man. Awesome. We'll do it there as well. Awesome, there we go. And this is needing of some motherfucking reverb. Maybe some delay, but let's do reverb first. About there, awesome. Bring it onto the crash as well, and everybody's happy. Make sure the compressor is after it, and put on a compressor onto the closed hi-hats as well. But lower it because it's layered on with a kick. I'm going to keep playing this over and over again so I can get that right. Cool. Awesome. And this wiggly left-right shit, that's good, but let's just keep this one to the right, to the left. Cool. All right. Also, I'm 100% chucking Sid in my set. Do it, bro. Very, very chill song though, Sid. I don't know if it'll fit. Here to make fun music for myself and my friends. That's all. That's what it's all about. Found a filthy blend for it that I doubt you'd have thought that you'd have thought of. I promise you, I wouldn't have thought of any of these blends. To me, when I'm hearing Sid, I'm thinking of playing something really chill, maybe melodic, maybe percussive. Definitely not rhythm. If you could get Sid onto rhythm, that's very impressive. I'm thinking of throwing on quite a stinky bass line here, to be honest with you. I want to get a compressor going on here. That's side trained to the trigger. And I want a really, really stinky bass line. But I want that bass line to be just a standard 808. Maybe that. And there is no fucking key here, so it really doesn't matter what I do. So I'm going to bring it over here, pretty much duck that fully like that, and it comes in every time there's a kick. Bang, 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 and you guessed it, bang. Oh, that needs to stop as soon as that kick snare hits, because that's fun. Cool. Cool. I think we might be done here. Let's lower this a bit so I can make it loud, but it really doesn't need to be loud, to be honest. Okay. Oh, wow. We've got a lot of chats here. Okay. I wasn't doing rhythm with it good, but hey, if that's a challenge, I can do something. I have a few ideas. First time I heard Sid, I was just like, I could use this with anything. You reckon you could use it with anything? It's nice to be awake and not busy to catch you on one of the streams. Filth, loving the groove. I think this isn't the first time you've caught me on a stream though, but it is rare that you come down to the streams. That is true. It's definitely not the first time though. I recall seeing you on stream, on my streams before, which is nice. What's up, Sai? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, what's up? Just stopping by before sleeping. Let me real quick fill you in. I did a wheel up. This is what the wheel up sounded like. And then it just kind of carried on. Then I made a synth out of it. And then I've just done a drum pattern with it. And that's literally it. I think I might even be done here, to be honest with you. Let me just make sure levels are okay. I would love for this fucking bass line to be booming. See you later, bro. Good night. I'm glad you're liking the groove next. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna clip limit this shit so it stays fucking dirty as fuck. It's gonna distort the shit out of it, but I really truly do not care. I do not care. I don't care. I'm going to loop this so that I can hear the bass line clearly. And just for ease, the most ease that could ever ease, I'm just going to chuck on the simplest of mastering chains, which don't use this as a mastering chain, okay? Next, never use this as a mastering chain. What I'm about to do is not something that I want to see you ever doing, okay? But this is actually the same mastering chain that Subtronics does, but this is because he is a genius at mixdowns. His mixdown is already perfect, and it allows for this to be ready so that he can go live right away. He doesn't do it fully for proper songs for releasing, okay? But for DJing, maybe it's okay. Yeah, but don't do it. This is just for a reel, yeah? Just for a little video online for 300 people to look at, yeah? Don't ever do what I'm about to do. You know, 140 is what captivated my neurons first. Awesome. As much as I'm a 150 defender, yeah, fuck yeah, 140 is where it's at. Throw that wheel up over it too, and then it's just an instant success. I hope you reconsider and turn this into a whole song. I think there's tons of potential. I don't use mastering chains these days, can't master for shit, but I solemnly swear to never do this. Alright, good. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I'm not glad that you don't master, because I think it's very cool to be able to master. But I am glad that you're not going to abuse this power. Abuse this technology. All right, so I'm going to collapse everything so that we can see exactly what this chain is doing one by one. Okay, so first off, I've just got OTT on here. It's a multi-band compressor. It's squishing the shit out of it, but I've only got 23%. So I'm going to show you before and after. This is before. Let's loop the whole thing. Apologies for that. This is before. And this is after. The purpose of it is to almost give it a little bit more air. I think mastering is another layer and part of the sound identity. We'll get there once I've sorted my mix down somewhat. Sure, well, yeah, sure. VST OTT instead of native. Yeah, I don't know why I do that. I'm on Ableton, so of course I've got ATT. It's just, you know what it is? I grew up on Logic, which didn't have Ableton stock multiband compressor, OTT. And so I had to download XFizz version, which was really nice, and now I just use that one. To be honest, when I made this rack, I used this, but you can absolutely use the stock one. Yeah, lots of people do that. You can absolutely use the stock. I think it's the exact same, to be honest. Then I use this limiter just to keep everything in, where it should be. You don't need it because the OTT should be already limiting everything anyway, to be honest. I used FL back in the day and used the VSM. That's it. So you know exactly. This limiter, by the way, is fucking beautiful. It's so gentle, but it's a limiter for sure. But it doesn't screw the sound up. It doesn't give much color. It's just a perfect limiter, in my opinion. Next up, we've got EQ8, where we literally just duck the lows 10 decibels. That's all that's happening. And then whilst that's happening, then we've got this clipper, which, by the way, is a free clipper. I've got it 100% soft, and I'm boosting the in until there's distortion. That's all I'm doing. It's just the bass is where normally there is distortion. Now there is a fucking shit ton of distortion around the end tail of the kick. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. It's for a real, okay? It's for a real. Let me do this. I'll do it quick. I don't mind. I'll check it out. The hookup on the free plugin, bro. It's such a good plugin. Such a good plugin. They do a paid version of this. There's K-Clip 3 now. There was K-Clip 1 maybe, but I know there was definitely K-Clip 2. And now there's K-Clip 3. Powerful plugins. They're not free, but K-Clip 0 is free, and it already is a very powerful plugin. It's simple, whereas the others got more, layers to it. It's a powerful Kazrock K-Clip 0. So good. I really recommend it. Been struggling to find decent limiters and clippers, so that's so clutch for the real. Yes, bro, for the fucking real. And yeah, really recommend W1 limiter, George Young's W1 limiter, completely free, and Kazrock's K-Clip 0, also completely free. Highly recommended. Then we boost the bass back up again. And then finally finish it off with a relatively hard clipping. This time I've lowered the soften, and I'm actually going to lower the in until it's not too distorted. Now, like I say, never do this, right? I never do this. This is just for reals. Never for a production, okay? Never for a production. This is 4 bars for a reel, okay? Not for a production, but, it is a nice thing to be able to do nice and quick, yeah? All right, so this is the end result. Mad. Call it there, fuck it, who's gonna stop me? Alright, looks around with devious deep fried rhythm intent. Naughty. Never do it, but it's absolute heat. You absolutely fucking could do it with rhythm, because who gives a shit? Fucking rhythm is already thrashed up. Don't tell rhythm artists I said that, please. Or do, I don't give a shit. All right, let's move forward because there is something else I need to do. Just thinking about the best way to do this. I am going to have to unplug some stuff. I don't know how this is going to affect things. Hopefully, not negatively. You don't need to see me. Yeah, go on then. Look, I've got another camera. You can just use that one instead. That's probably the solution here. Let's swap over the cameras and this will solve the problem. Hello, you're below me now. All right. And we're back. Sorry, temporary audio issues. You've got to do what you got to do. Going to not delete that because if I do, this whole thing goes because I've not saved it as anything. Fine, I'll save it as something. We're going to go into IG songs. What are we calling it next? Are you doing the mix now? I am doing ish. Okay, what are we calling it? I'm just going to call it Wheel Up. Reel Up. Wheel Up, Reel Up? Fantastic. Reel Up. You agree with me. Fantastic. I'm just going to collect all and save just for safety as well. Okay, we are going to go to the master USB. This is where I keep all of my shit. We're going to go to songs. We're going to go to extra stuff. DJ lessons, more like other. And we are going to file and export audios. And this one's going to be, it can't be WAV, it has to be MP3 because we're bringing it onto Rekordbox. It absolutely can be WAV. It can be WAV for Rekordbox, but here's the thing. It doesn't hold data, yeah? So on WAVs, you don't have data. You're not going to be able to say the song name or like the BPM and save data and artwork and stuff like that. But we don't need to on this, but also it doesn't need to be super high quality. You saw how I did that export, so it really, really doesn't matter. None of this matters. Saving it to my desktop. All right, cool. And here it is, and just drag it into other. Ta-da! Bam, 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 and we're happy. We're going to come over here, the juggler. We're going to open up Rekordbox, and we're going to wait. Wheeled up, reeled up, love it. I love it too. Hey, come down here, bro. There's nothing fun going on up there, except for this timer. Hey, we're still not even at halfway. Wrong camera. We're still not even at halfway. Can you imagine? I'm sure you can imagine. It's very believable, but it's kind of sad to me, to be honest with you. So I'm going to hopefully make this real, make it look cool. We'll see. Rekordbox still gives me anxiety. I think you just need to just learn. For me, it's never been an issue. Sometimes it can be slightly problematic, but because I'm relatively comfortable on it, it's okay. It's okay. What am I looking for here? Master USB. Yes. Yes, that is what I'm looking for. Okay. Real C. Real C. Huh. I said real C. Okay. We're going to go to songs. Though, is it a song? Couldn't say really. Could you? Oldies? No. What are we going to? Extra stuff. Other. We don't need to drop down other because here it is. And we are going to create a cute little new section. Create new playlist. Not inside DJ lessons. And we're just going to call this Untitled Playlist. What? Such a cool, unique name. Because this is temporary. And we're going to drag this song, which doesn't exist, there. But I can't drag it. There's nothing to drag. Hang on. There we go. I'm going to give it a few seconds. So normally I would probably like open it up in iTunes or something to give it a name, but there we go. Now we've got a name for it. Did I just drag it into training songs? I fucking well did. All right, we're going to re-drag it into Untitled Playlist. You dragging you. There we go. It's starting to give me anxiety now, to be honest. You fuck with Chimey / AC Slater, by the way. You're talking about the UKF gig that's occurring very soon. I'm not going to go there. I'm not a Bass House fan. I am. I fuck with Bass House. I keep looking at that camera as if you're there, but you're here now. Yeah, I fuck with Bass House. I wouldn't want to do a whole night of it. I fuck with dubstep, man. I'm a dubstep guy. But even so, I don't even go to dubstep gigs anymore. You know what I mean? Please let me delete this. I think it's taking its time. I must be more patient. Oh my god, hurry up though, you know what I mean? You going to the UKF gig then? I take it you are, considering you're asking me. I fuck with some of it. Gotcha. See, because you swore it showed up there instead of in the chat, and so I wouldn't be able to see it. I only go to see the homies. Gotcha. You're a social guy. Or the goats. Yeah, you're a social guy, bro. That's the difference between me and you. I'm unsocial. I like to sit in a room on my own streaming. Some of the homies will roll out. Gotcha. Be good to link up. Yeah, I'm happy for you. Look, at the end of the day, it is fucking good to network, and it is a good idea to link up, and it's genuinely beneficial for society to make friends. It's beneficial for my progress in life. I'm ambivert. I like both vibes. Bro, you're not ambivert. You're just straight up an extrovert. There's nothing ammy about you. There's no introversions inside you. Can I press cancel? I can't press anything here. We're just sitting here. Do you want to maybe bang? What's up? No. Do you want to bang? As in, do you want to close up? Low-key burnt out from the networking side. Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I used to go networking. I used to go DJ networking consistently, like at least once a month. Hate it, man. So unenjoyable. I've got a lot of DJ friends now as a result, like a lot of DJ connections. But for what? For what? I got one gig out of that, and it got cancelled before I went out of the networking. One gig. That being said, no, that's a lie. I got Sound Squad out of that, and Sound Squad was awesome. To be fair, to be absolutely perfectly honest with you. Oh, we've got issues. Okay, something is problematic, and I don't know what it is. It might have to be a forced quit situation. I think it's a forced quit situation. I got pills, they're multiplying. And I'm losing control. But this power that you're supplying, it's electrifying. But where did it go? I had to force quit it. How terribly sad. Let's give it a go again. Far and few between. No one's. Oh, sometimes I just lock myself. I need to catch up on this. Okay. Got the important contacts already. Good. Oh, sometimes I just lock myself in and don't socialize at all. Same. No one's consistent. Far and few between. Very self-serving game these days for sure. That's nuts. My best contact didn't even come from meeting at a show. Valid. It was you asking for feedback on that In-Betweeners remix in the group chat. True. Defo overhyped peer-to-peer networking. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like it. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit for real. For real up. For wheel up, real up. Let's make sure this works. Awesome. That does everything I need it to. These are this looks sexy, by the way. Okay, let's go ahead and sync manager this motherfucker. Let's go to LimLam USB 2, the coolest of all the USBs. I'm going to send it over, and normally I would queue grid info here. Fuck it, let's do it anyway. Just because I DJ with that USB a fuck ton, and so I know that there is going to be a lot of grid info that's worth bringing over. Yeah, peer-to-peer networking, overrated, unnecessary, kind of lame. Next, easily prefers, bro's talking about himself in third person, love it. Next, easily prefer working with the Discord homies and such. Yeah, see, I don't even like texting. I'm sure you can, you notice, I am not a fan of texting, bro. I don't like speaking on the phone, more so. I prefer texting over talking on the phone, because with texting, you know, you don't need to respond right away, and you can kind of respond whenever you're ready within your schedule, because I like to keep myself busy. And with phone calls, it's not the easiest to multitask. True, with texting, you cannot multitask at all. You have to give your full undivided attention. Yeah, man, I noticed. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, I am not a texter, man. I am not a texter. I was when I was younger, but if I was ever at all, then it would be when I was younger. But I'm not anymore. Yeah, texting, no thanks. Calls, no thanks. Speaking in person, no thanks. Easier considering how active my DMs are, always to the point with you. Prefer it. Yeah. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm very, very straight to the point. Yeah. Well, also though, I come from a sales background, and sales is quite to the point. I know you're supposed to be building rapport and all that sort of shit, but the way I do sales is to just get the numbers in more than anything. And considering I don't like to talk to people, I'm not trying. I should build rapport. I know, sure, but to me, I really like the idea of just getting in the numbers, right? I'd much rather get a success rate of, 1 out of 3, but I'm speaking to 90 people a day, and so I'm still getting a success of like 30, versus getting a success rate of like 70%, but you're speaking to like 5 people a day because you're sitting there fucking building rapport all the time. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Not a fan. You're also from a sales background. Mad. You're literally the opposite side of my sales tactics. I'm all about numbers. You build that rapport, but it works, bro, because you built rapport with me, and I mean, I built rapport with you. Maybe not. Maybe not. The extrovert is just from years of work in a competitive space, having to build that rapport. Yeah, for sure. You'd think that, like, I think sales has made me less extroverted. Maybe. Shit wasn't there before. You reckon? Damn. Yeah. I mean, you seem quite extroverted. There is times when you seem you're like maybe a little quiet, but like you're confident in your space to be extroverted, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's quite cool. I can see an argument either side, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. There's benefits of every single personality type within sales, in my opinion. If you're, a competitive person, you can succeed in sales. If you're an analytical person that does things by the book, you can do well in sales because you know exactly, all the details that the customer might ask for. If you love making friends and want to be the center of attention, you can do well in sales as well, because you can inspire people. If you are a little more quiet but you care about interpersonal communication, you could also do really well in sales, because you can understand the customer so much better than any other person. Yeah, there's every single personality type, assuming there's just those 4, is beneficial in sales. Next DJ lesson, I won't shut up. Oh boy. But we'll stream it as well. And I think in general anyway, I like having talkative people on my streams because it is very beneficial. All of my friends are, well, not all of my friends, one friend isn't, but the majority of my friends are extroverted people anyway. I don't know why I gravitate towards these people. But yeah, I'm very used to and comfortable around people that like to talk. It's very normal. Sales and music has infinite crossover too, it seems. Yeah, that it is strange. It is strange because I know of another DJ that is also in sales. Great DJ. He read the same book as me as well. I think it's Phil Harris's book, someone's book. I've been a bit suppressed because I was still in my head about the idea of DJing. Get the practice in, bro. Get the practice in, and you won't be in your head. Ah, fighter of the night, man. Ah, champion of the sun. Ah, you're a master of karate and friendship for everyone. Sorry, I got a phone call. We'll answer it another time. Since my Camden shitpost, that cloud has dipped. I do see that everyone you work with are the most extroverted guys I've met in the scene. Yeah, I don't know why they gravitate towards me. Even you're extroverted and you gravitate towards me. What the fuck's going on here? Where's my shy people at? Maybe it's because, I don't talk to people, and so the shy people aren't going to come to talk to me, but the extroverted people would. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, it is interesting, actually. I've never really thought about that. But there you go. Let's remove this one, and then we'll remove the other one. Your teaching style is nuts, man. What do you mean? What is nuts about my teaching style? Easiest sleeper talent we got in this whole underground scene. No cap. You give me so many compliments, man. You give me so many compliments. I like that. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. But I do love teaching, to be fair. I love teaching significantly more than I love sales. Though sales experience is incredibly helpful for doing your own business in any shape, way, or form. And I do plan on, expanding the business of teaching, so it wins. All good. Super personalized, you develop a full stereo image of your students. I love that phrase, full stereo image of your students and what they're going for. That's a teaching style that I think resonates deeply. Teaching is super fulfilling. Yeah, teaching is so fulfilling, bro. I love it so much. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's one-on-one, you can't just do a blanket teaching. But also, if you enjoy teaching, you wouldn't want to do a blanket teaching. There's some people that do or like create courses. And yes, that is expandable and you can get a lot of money from that. But it's too blanket, in my opinion. You can't directly see what the exact issues are that's holding them up and where they can improve. And the individual can get so much more out of it if it's one-on-one, where you can not just learn from a book, not just give them a blanket teaching that you teach everybody, but you give them the exact thing that they need, and then they try it, and then you pick out the individual thing that they need. That's so much better. If you could do one-on-ones, that's the play, man. That's 100% the play. Keep it up. Hope you hit them heights. Same, man. One-to-one is just more densely packed. It is. It 100% is. For my Muay Thai, I do classes, and they're like, I'm a student in Muay Thai, and I go to the classes, and there's like 30, 40, 50 people, maybe 60, but I'm going to go with, 30 to 50 people in those lessons. And I pay for one-on-ones now, as well as the extra lessons. And you just get, there's so much value in that. Even if it was like half an hour, I pay for an hour, but they're split into 2 half-hour sessions, and there's just so much value in that. It's just you and your coach or your teacher or whatever, and they're like, okay, do this, you do it, and they're like, okay, this is exactly what you need to improve on. With a whole class of all these other people, they cannot pinpoint individuals. They can try it, and they do, but it's just so slow because they can only watch one person at a time. And even if they do tell every single individual what they're doing wrong, it would take up too much time, and they wouldn't be able to get through the full class. It's just not feasible. It's so much a slower process. Though I am getting a heavy workout, there is definitely value in there, but it's not individual value in terms of technique. And that's something that I really value, learning about the technique and mastering the technique and getting better at the technique, for me. Allows for more freedom of expression, too, for for identifiable stylings, I agree. Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because if it's a blanket thing, you're not going to be able to be artistically free. Yeah, especially if you're teaching music, man, or a martial art, which is at the end of the day an art. You know, it is worth to, yeah, absolutely, expression. Muay Thai is one of those disciplines as well that has a lot of nuance. You reckon? Glad it's going well for you. Got to see you scrap sometime. I don't do competitions. I don't do competition. I literally just enjoy the fitness of it and the mental alertness of it, the confidence from it. And yeah, I don't want to get CTE. I don't want to get brain damage. My brain is already it's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I work very hard to sharpen it as much as I can, and I do not want to deplete it any quicker than it's going to deplete on its own through age. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not. It is not a fun idea for me to fight anybody ever. Maybe I would do sparring, to be fair, but not competitions, man. Yeah, the physicality is up there for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's super physical, super intense, and I love that. I love that so much. I really enjoy Muay Thai. I'm so glad I did Muay Thai versus like boxing. I don't like the I don't want to say vibe, the I suppose atmosphere of boxing, like the people that box. Not to be rude to boxers, but yeah, they don't seem like my sort of people is all, you know. Whereas Muay Thai, definitely, and I kind of want to try a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. Next time my boy has a fight, I'll shout you if you want to come spectate. I would love to be honest. Yeah, I watch MMA fights. I watch little. Yeah, I'm happy to watch. What is the what sport is it? What sport does your friend do? Muay Thai enjoy has always got the beef with boxers, yeah. It's just, Muay Thai is at the opposite end of boxing. It's so interesting because boxers are always like really high ego. They're a bit aggressive sometimes, like stereotypically. That's the word I want to be using. Stereotypically, oh cool, he does Muay Thai. Yeah, I'd love to come, man. Even if it was boxing, I'd love to watch it. To be honest, yeah, or most martial arts. If it was karate, probably not. Karate is really boring to me. But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu I'd love to watch. Japanese Jiu-Jitsu I'd love to watch. Judo I'd probably love to watch. Kickboxing I'd love to watch. Muay Thai definitely I'd love to watch. Boxing I'd love to watch. And MMA definitely I'd love to watch. Because that's just the best of the best. That's just awesome. Yeah, BJJ is good fun. And I think it's really... because I do Muay Thai, it would be really cool to get better with the ground game and be more comfortable with holds and chokes and holds. It's just a really cool concept. But yeah, fucking boxers stereotypically have a very high ego, and they'll be so aggressive before and after a fight, and just like, oh yeah, me. It's like, bro, chill. Whereas Muay Thai, it's all just like, yeah, it's all right, yeah, it's respect. You know, I love that. It's all about respect. It's all about just loving your opponent before and after the match. During the match, yeah, you know. But it's a whole bunch of respect. Maybe not Daniel the Warrior Sam, who's a Muay Thai champion. Some of his teachings is not like the standard Thai way of Muay Thai. But he is, of course, an absolute brilliant Muay Thai professional and coach. Yeah. I'm more into grapples and striking in a combat scenario. Grew up with AM and pro wrestling as massive foundations. Gotcha. Yeah, wrestling is cool as well. Sambo wrestling. Whew. And yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, I think, yeah, grapples is awesome. Grappling is so awesome. Because that's the thing. At the end of the day, yeah, my boy went to Thailand and did a whole training. Holy shit, did in bits. I bet. That is fucking intense. That's so cool, bro. That is such a big step. Okay, one moment. I am going to disconnect some USBs. You're not going to be able to hear me. You might not be able to see me. Just for funsies, so you've got something to watch whilst I do this. I'll have this looping. So sorry if you don't like it though. And we're back. Lovely. I hope it was worth the wait. If not, that's okay. Also. Alright. The Brazilians have a bunch of nuts combat stuff. I've never thought about going to Brazil for BJJ for some reason. I don't know why. It just didn't, it's not occurred to me. I've thought, yeah, you know, you go to Dagestan for wrestling, you go to Thailand for Muay Thai, you go to hell for boxing, and yeah, I mean, it makes sense to go to Brazil for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, awesome. That was just a joke about boxing, by the way. If any boxers are watching this, it's a joke. Relax. Got some festival organizer homies and club owners in Brazil too. I defo want to get something going there sometime. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Holy shit, imagine. That'd be so cool, bro. That'd be fucking awesome. I don't know if I said that yet, but it would be. Boxers defo reside in the deepest pit of the 7th hell. Damn, 7th hell, man. Yeah, you know what? I do need to pay my respects because they're fucking dead. Just kidding. No, boxing is, in my opinion, a really fucking awesome martial art in the sense. Why are you looking down there, bro? Why are you looking down there? I'm up here. Come on. Come up here. Jeez. What do you think's going on down there? There's nothing going on down there. Come up here. In fact, let's use something that I like to call the microphone. Sorry, that wouldn't make sense yet. Hang on. Something that I like to call the microphone. In fact, this is also a microphone, so that also didn't make sense. The microphone is over here, and I'm going to be using this now. Oh shit, I'm further away from the screen now, I can barely see. Okay, I defo want to get something going there sometime. Oh yeah, boxers defo reset. Yep, it's a fundamental piece. Yeah. I do think it's a bit dated these days, and the pro circuit is a massive mess. I don't know what a pro circuit is, to be honest with you. But here's the thing. I feel like I'm doing stand-up. Here's the thing with boxing, because you're right, it is fundamental, right? It is just punches. You know, there's no kick. They don't need to think about kicks. They don't need to think about knees. They don't need to think about elbows. They don't need to think about grappling. They don't need to think about much at all, which allows them to focus so hard in that specific area of punches. They have then the best everything else outside of striking. They have the best punches, of course, but they would have the best head movements as well, because all these other martial arts have so much more to think about. Even kickboxing, which has just got legs involved as well, it's just kicking, not even knees, but extra just kicking. They've got to think about kicking as well now, right? They've got kicks and punching. Whereas if it's just pure punching, you get to focus more on everything else. You think, yeah, you've got punches, but you've also got head movements is so much more in-depth with boxing. You've got footwork is so much more in-depth with boxing because they've got more headspace and time and attention to focus on these other areas within the combat sport. And I think that's really fucking cool. Genuinely, I think that's really cool. I think because I'm all about technique, and to be able to excel in that area is just fucking awesome. I got bitches. I don't. I'm happily married. I need to put my ring on, actually. I take it off to do Muay Thai practice in the garden. I always think of combat sports as Tekken. One face button for each limb. Boxing, you only need 2 buttons, opposed to 4. It's different. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. The limb lamb beatbox sets. Yes, ses. Okay, session. Gotcha. Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of... There we go. What? Say it again. What? Don't say it anymore. Alright, I'm just going to do a practice round of this. See what it looks like, see what I need to improve, and then we'll probably get down to the recording. And then I'm going to edit the video on stream, and then I'm going to record a mix for Faded community, just for funsies. Maybe they like it, and they use it on their Mixcloud, but I've already got a mix on their Mixcloud, so my thinking is that they're probably going to prioritize someone else to get someone new talent in there. I've already been in their magazine twice. I'm on the Mixcloud, I think only once, maybe twice. I think only once. And yeah, it would make more sense for them, considering it's Faded community, for them to get new talent involved, someone else, right? All right. All right. Yeah, we'll just practice it. And if you see anything that's kind of shitty, you let me know. So the idea is that I'm gonna start the whole thing up with. Hang on, let me just get it on this side. You bitch. All right, there we go. I'm gonna start the whole thing with this. Hang on, if I go forward, I'm gonna start the whole thing with this. That sound, and then it's just gonna drop into. Yeah. So I go woo as the beginning of the reel, and then it hits the snare, right? Shit, how's this gonna work? Fuck, because what I just realized is, actually, yeah, no, it can work. I've just got to fake it. All right, that works, because you can't see from there, can you? You can't see which one of these is up, can you? You can't see. Can you tell me? Is A volume on or is B volume on? Can you tell me? Can you see from there? I feel like you're not going to be able to see from there, and I don't want you to see from there. A or B? Which volume is on? One of them has their volume on. No, not really. Okay, so A has got it on. B doesn't. Nothing there. So here we go. I've got an idea. I'll loop this one. In theory, that should work. And then I just wheel up, pretend like this is the one that's playing. And if I can get the video to loop seamlessly, that'll look fucking sick. I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm a human. It is what it is. Let's get it, Chief. Let's fucking go. All right, practice round first, and then we'll go. Then we'll do it. How'd that look? Did it look cool? Did it look believable? Did it look like I was actually doing a wheel up and then it just turned into a song? What did that look like? Or did I just look kind of cunty? Be honest. Looked cold, not gonna lie. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna record it, and this whole screen is just going to be cut like from here
and because it's going to turn into a reel. Nonchalant to okay, I'll do a few takes and see if any of them are a little more seamless than the others, and sort of hope for the best. There's literally a different person calling me this time. Too busy, man. And there's never a good time for me to stream, it seems. Do another for sample size. Oh, for sure. Want more smugness, not gonna lie, if possible. Little smirk at the end. Ooh, oh, that is so outside of my character. Edit in the teeth sparkle. The teeth fucking sparkle. Alright, I'll practice it for you, but it makes me uncomfortable. I want you to know. It makes me uncomfortable. How's that? You got to remember, this is a looping video, so there is no end. If I smile, then that means that it's actually at the beginning of the video. Because it's where the... That's the beginning of the video. If that makes sense. Reel up. Alright, I'm going to start recording. Wait, is there anything you want to say before I start recording? Because once I start recording, I can keep talking, to be honest. It's just me that's going to see it. Deadpan. All right. You know, I thought of this idea... Yeah, it's recorded. I thought of this idea whilst I was in the shower. Fun fact. In fact, the majority of things that I think of in the shower. Like the majority, like almost everything. No, not an exaggeration. Like streaming. This thing, this whole thing, that came to me whilst I was in the shower. All of this stuff comes to me in the shower. If I wasn't so clean, I wouldn't be able to do this stuff. Most of my musical ideas, yeah, that's it, bro. Most of my musical ideas or promo stuff are shower thoughts. That's it. That's why I shower twice a day. It's not actually. I shower twice a day because I practice Muay Thai in the evenings and have cold baths. Can you believe it? Dun-dun-dun-dun. All my Twitch ideas are bath/shower ideas. That's it. Baths as well, bro. That's the play. I'm going to go on to the next microphone. One moment. Testing. Bitches and cream. I'm your bitch's wet dream. Man's clean with it. Here. Come down here, bro. Come down here. I might cut out for a bit. Hang on. Testing. Ooh, bro didn't even cut out. Imagine not even cutting out. Can you believe it? I know I can't.
Okay, we are going to open up Final Cut Pro here. Come on down. Lilo and Stitches, fuck, that's sick, bro. I genuinely, I heavy fuck with that. That is awesome. Fucking hell, 7 missed calls. Someone's fucking died or something, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's more important things, such as doing this stream. I mean, me picking up the phone's not going to stop the fact that they're dead, is it, realistically? If it did, then, you know, maybe it would, actually, if they, like, need desperate help. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue with this, because I have made my decision. Lilo and Stitch genuinely is so fucking awesome. Used to freestyle battle rap in my teens. Fuck, bro, that is so cool. That I heavy fuck with that, bro. I heavy fuck with that. Let's do some color correction. Let me turn my brightness up. Saturation, bang, chill. I'm out there, go on then, bang, chill with that shit, chill, out there, bang, chill. Let's not go crazy with it. Exposure, bang, chill. Let's call it about that, bang, chill. Let's call it about that. It's a shame this is a little low quality, but I don't think it matters too much. Bang. Chill. Let's call it that. Okay. How do you find Final Cut workflow? The truth is, the only other film or video editing software that I used was iMovie. So it is significantly better than iMovie. That's all I know. In terms of workflow, I think it's a bit slow. I personally struggle with it a little bit, to be honest. To me, it's a little bit bulky. But also, I'm not that fluid with it, to be honest with you. I'm just not that fluid with it. Yeah, that's it. As you know, I'm a filthy Adobe user. Yeah, I mean, look, if Adobe is better for workflow, then, you know, maybe I should move on to Adobe instead. I think maybe my next laptop, instead of getting Final Cut Pro onto it, maybe I'll get Adobe instead. Looks all right, to be honest, got you. It's a robust one. Yeah, I mean, look, I grew up on this. Grew up. Like the last, I'm going to say maybe 5 years, 7 years-ish, I've been using this shit. And, yeah, so I'm used to it, but even so, I don't know, like a bunch of keyboard shortcuts and stuff. Yeah, there's problems. There's problems here. We only recorded 1 minute and 12 seconds, by the way. I thought it was going to be much more. The big video editing softwares are nuts to get onto it, yeah. But low-key Premiere is a breeze at this point. Awesome, bro. Man, I'm happy for you. I'm very, very happy for you. This might be a bit loud. I hope it's not too loud. Okay, so you can see this shit's not in the center. Let me just fix me. Let's just fix that whole shit. This is a little better. I think the framing is actually kind of perfect already, but this kind of looks a bit dead, but you got to remember there's going to be text and shit here, so I think it's fine. Right there is probably where I need to loop it. I don't know. Okay, and we'll cut it there, and I think because that just fucking loops, we're just going to use that as a little stencil. Because I'm a filthy Final Cut Pro user. Hey, at least I know the keyboard shortcut for fucking cutting the clip, which is a little nicer than not knowing how to cut the clip. I'm going to zoom out because doing this slowly is a bit long. Bruh. There is actually, yeah, there's so many things I don't know how to do on this shit. I think I could do, yeah, there we go. And we'll cut that shit. All right, cool. So these are all of our segments, all of our tries, and we're just going to find the best one. I've got a template project for each kind of video needed, and it's drag and drop shit now. Love seeing the creative process. Yeah, see, that's something that I need to start doing. I've got that for Ableton. Never did that for Logic. And my workflow on Logic is incredibly slow as a result. Ableton is so much quicker. And I've never done that on Final Cut Pro either. I know you can, but I've just never done it, and I've never like taught myself to do it. I don't even know what I would do if I wanted to do it anyway. All right, let's see what this looks like as a loop. Bit dead. All right, I think, okay, this is a different one. So I'm just gonna make that one darkened so that I know which one's which. And then we'll do that. And I think we'll just do a bunch of these like that so that we can just get an idea of what the loops look like. Hey, back there, buddy. I don't know where the fuck you think you're going, buddy. Get back there, buddy. I wonder if, see, even Command D, you would think would duplicate this track here like that, but it fucking well doesn't. It just creates a whole new fucking project. And that's something that I'm not gonna lie to you. That pisses me off a bit. that pisses me off a bit. I need to do it for Ableton too, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. Always put it off, but would save so much time. Yeah, for sure. To be honest, I do it very, 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 very slowly. When I've made something that I quite like, that's when I'll do. That's when I'll do it. For example, I noticed that every time I start a process, I always do a ghost track and have a trigger at infinite whatevers. And then when I change that, and I realize like, oh, I'm doing this change every time, then I just like, okay, let me just quickly just open up a new one, and it already has it, and then I do the change that I need, and then and it's super, super quick and easy to set that as the default on Ableton, and I think that's really beautiful. That's strange for a hotkey. Yeah, it is. All right, so this one was trash anyway, I think. All right, sure. It's always this arm that's in the wrong place, I think. So unentertaining, in my opinion. Lovely, really unenjoyable. That one's a little smoother. In fact, because it's the smoothest one, I'm just going to get rid of everything else. Using utility for gain automation over the mixer was a massive game changer for me in the early days of Ableton. Interesting. I fuck with it because I'm a Limlam Glazer. Appreciate you. There's too many cameras here. There's just two. Too many. Color shift the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe make it a little more fun. I like that. I like that idea. Using utility. Why gain automation over the mixer? I guess like on the main channel, chroma key your shirt and add some trippy ass shit. Ah, fucking cool idea, bro. That's something I would never have thought of. But also, so much longer than I would ever want to put into it. Yeah, so much more effort than I'd ever want to put in. Need something for the ADHD crowd. I was literally thinking of like putting the waveform at the bottom here so that it got something to watch. You're absolutely right, because even me watching this is a bit boring. Yeah, fuck. Okay. See, I'm looking down, and I look up at the end. Where's the consistency, Limlam? You knew exactly what was about to happen, and you still fucked it up. Look at the camera. Nope. Okay, we could literally just zoom into the hands, to be honest. We could just zoom into the hand. I think this last one's not too bad as well. Just got to decide which one I prefer. Okay, versus. This one's more me, so fuck it, let's just go with me because that's me. Alright, easy. Whittled it down. That way you can rebalance the fader as you please. True. Also, anytime you want some content, feel free to slide me over footage or whatever and I can cook some stuff up. Be a good experience for me too. Are you sure, bro? Because I know firsthand all of this shit is so long. Making songs is so long. Editing video is so long. And editing fucking photos and images is so long. Everything is so fucking long. Making music I can do all day. I can do that for free, to be fair. I don't mind it taking long. It's just enjoyable. But video editing is... I hate it so much. It's so unenjoyable. Also, yeah, be good experience. Yeah, you kill it with the edits, honestly. Appalled with the algo for not picking you up yet. I'm okay with the algo not picking me up, to be honest with you. This is where I want to be ending, so let me just think about this. Right there. Right there is where we're going to end it, so I'm just going to smack that, all on the floor. Now, my eyes are here, right? Normally I try to keep my eyes sort of center frame. And so as I move along like this, the camera's going to be moving and following me, so that's going to give it some movement anyway. I really would like to zoom in here, but I don't want it to be too extreme, so I might just zoom in sort of there-ish. So I'm actually going to, I'm physically putting my finger where my eyes are, but not yet. So over here, right there, that's where it is. And you could do the same thing if you wanted to. I'm putting my finger right where my eyes are, and I'm just going to literally track that. So I'm going to zoom in just a smidgen, and I'm going to move my eyes there. Now, I want the decks to be very visibly there, but so that means I can't zoom in too much, because if I'm here, that's the decks are going to be underneath the text. So I'm going to have it maybe here-ish, and then I'm going to have to put that there. And again, this isn't the best place for it, but it'll have to fucking do, unfortunately. So this is what we've got so far. A little bit of movement, and that's all we really need for now. We're going to keep just adding more and more movement and just follow the eyes throughout the video. We're not going to go up and down because there is no more Y value to go up and down with. I don't want a bunch of blackness at the top and the bottom, though we could, but we're just going to go left and right anyway because I think that's enough. To stay busy on all creative fronts helped me pad my portfolio. That's true, and it's also, in my opinion, really good for inspiration because you can be inspired in all these different areas. But with video creation, yes. Also, when working on stuff for friends, I put in the same top level of effort I would for my own stuff. It gets more out of me than paid commissions do when it's a min-max game. Interesting. But the more people you have for outsourcing the extra stuff leaves you more time for music production, training up some of my friends in different visual departments too. Hopefully this time next year we'll have a whole design team locked in. That's going to be so fucking cool, bro. So fucking cool. We could even have some earthquake, like shaky screen here. Woo! And it becomes less shaky as it goes in, which might be decent in terms of making it seem like an actual loop. What is earthquake? Okay. Let's do layers 0, and I'm going to start it at 9.79 because that's just where it starts anyway, and I'm going to bring it over to here, and right there it's going to be 0, so we're just going to have it shaky. It would be awesome to have the shakiness on the bass hit. That's normally what I do. Can't be bothered. Simply to be honest. Screen shake would, yeah. Especially with the character of that sub. Yeah, I know. You're actually right. Here, and then bang, right there would be fucking awesome to have the screen shake. I just cannot be bothered. Maybe I will, but I'll do it later. All right, and I'm just going to put my finger on the screen and just fucking follow my eyes again. I'm just going to go, let's do it every 10 ticks because I'm lazy. About there, we can see that slight movement. I'm not going to do it like that actually because I don't want that Y movement. I'm going to do it like that. And there we go. Off I walk. Off I walk. And about there, because I slowed down, sure. And I'm going to go over there, a little bit of movement. And I fuck off to the other side. Great, good work. I'm glad you're moving a lot, Slimland. This is really fun for me. Truly, I hate this. I hate this so much. Do you ever, I'm sure you do this too, do you ever like do a bunch of movements and then realize that your shit wasn't tracking the whole time? And it's like you just spent minutes doing this tracking and it was pointless because you forgot to actually track. You've just been moving the camera over and over again, but it's not been tracking it. Has that ever happened to you? Yeah, you ain't gotta sync it. The consumer never even notices that shit. Shit, really? Do you reckon? I never even thought about that. I always just, I feel like even if they don't notice it, it's a feeling with the video. Is my understanding, you know? But I'm gonna be honest with you. You could absolutely be correct here. I think you are correct here, to be honest with you. How long does that take? That's a long fucking time. Yeah, from that snare. From that snare right there. That's where we're going to have that movement. And we're going to unclick that. And we're going to just copy and paste this. Because that's not a whole number, is it? Of course, it's just a random fucking string of random fucking numbers. Because why would it be a normal fucking number? Wouldn't make sense, would it? 395, is that a normal number? It is. Sorry. Okay, good. We're going to bang that, and then 395, bada bing, bada boom. And we should also have it build up with earthquake as well, just for consistency. 9.49, I think it was. Fuck it, I'm just gonna write 10. No one's gonna fucking know. 9.79 it was. Okay, so let's just see what that looks like. It does the job. Okay, let me scroll. Okay, or I accidentally delete some keyframes somewhere and it fucks the whole movement 100%. And it can never be fixed for some reason because I don't know about your one, but for me, these are straight lines, thankfully. But if I had like a curved line, if I accidentally delete one, I could never get that perfect curve back. Even if I put the exact same frame position in the exact same place, it's not going to be a perfect frame. It's just going to go, just do some weird ass fucking movement. It fucking pisses me off. It pisses me off. I've been gauging a lot from the consumers past couple years. Awesome. Also important in the content creation game, knowing when it's not necessary to fine-tune everything. Unfortunately, it's all about volume in today's competitive market over finesse. Awesome. Your content is super locked in and well centralized, though, very consistent. 1000%, you never get the same result. Cool. All right, I'll just fucking, I like that. I'm gonna do that what you said then. Right there, so we're going to have no earthquake, and then we're going to have 15 earthquake. What? That's so much earthquake. And then we're going to have it gently fade out to 0, because who the fuck's going to know? Nobody. You're right. And then we're going to have it from here, go straight to, I can't remember what the number was, I think it was 15. Let's just do 15 again. Cool. So we could, what do you reckon? Do you reckon it's worth zooming in on the hand, or do you think it's actually better to keep a face involved? Because faces are what people connect with in videos. What's your thoughts here? We could do a comparison, to be fair, because right now we've got the faces going on. I do the hand move, zoom in. Okay. Let's give that a motherfucking go, yo. Zoom. Do it there. About there. About there. 1018. 1018. Fuck consumers. All my homies hate consumers. No, they're all. Yeah, I do the hand zoom in. Faces are what people connect with, but I'd go against the standard here. DJing is massively in the hands. Plus, your face is iconic and expressive as fuck. Soon as you see it for the frame, you remember that shit. Alright. Alright, we can compare and contrast. We love the consumer here. Sure we do. This is with face. Let's do some zoom in. With hands. Oh, okay, that's just the loop, sorry. And then we'll do with hands. When you're right, and I'm going to be honest with you. You're absolutely right. What are we calling this? So real, whatever. Okay. But Limlam, you just deleted it. Did I? Or did I just reverse that shit? What is this 100%? I don't like the look of that 100%. Let's delete all of that shit. Oh, whoa. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And there we go. There we go. Perfect. Lovely. I like it. I think it's more dynamic with the hand. You're absolutely right. I 100% agree with the hand. Explains the earthquake movements. Yeah, glad I can be of help. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that you suggested it. I'm glad that I did it. WAVs untitled. We'll get rid of that shit because that's not what I want. So with TikTok. That's all about quantity and who gives a shit about TikTok. Not this guy. Shit, which is the one that... Oh, clearly it's this one. Yeah, I'm just going to call this one. Good one. IG. But Instagram, not for, I guess. Hey, why is this struggling now? Good. And this one is TikTok only. Plus. Cool, there we go. Yeah, because at the end of the day, TikTok, you can throw stuff on there 3 or 4 times a day, and also nobody from Instagram follows me from TikTok normally because I don't promote it anywhere. So if they find me on TikTok, it's normally from organically, so they're used to me just throwing shit at the wall. I'm low-key gonna start a TikTok at some point. You should. Hashtag everything. Interesting. I barely use hashtags. And upload at prime time in Denver. That's fucking so smart. I do none of this stuff. Rolling up a smokable RN, whether it's chill RN. You know, my most popular videos on Instagram, 100K, I think. I've got no hashtags on there. And I don't know when I posted it. I just post it completely random time. But make my TikTok an insider joke shit post. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, insider joke shit post. Fuck yeah, I love that. I heavy fuck with that. I absolutely despise the idea of making different content for different social medias because I can't be bothered for that shit. So I literally post it onto YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram all on the same day, one by one. And like, I truly don't mind about the numbers because, you know, on Instagram, maybe it gets 300 views, but then on TikTok, it gets 2K views. And on YouTube Shorts, it gets 12 views. Or maybe, you know, it'll get 300 views. It always gets around 300 views on Instagram, but maybe it gets 300 views on Instagram. And then on TikTok, it gets 12 views, but on YouTube Shorts, it gets 10K views. It completely just fucking... different formats are boosted on different things. And yeah, it's whatever. My mentor did say that I should absolutely be using hashtags, though. I just I fucking hate them, man. As silly as I sound, I do hate them. I did not need to plug this USB in, by the way. I just made the song of the summer in Dead Winter. Love that. Love that. Counter mockery kind of satire. I want everyone who discovers me to have a unique point of entry. Gives more reason for someone to follow me across different platforms and stuff. Yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense. But I don't want to punish people that don't have Instagram or punish people that don't have TikTok. And not getting to see my content, that's a punishment, man. They're being punished. A lot of work, but fits what I'm going for. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. All right, let's make a quick mix then. I'm thinking I go real deep, dark, and dirty because why the fuck not? Who's gonna stop me? Nobody. Your perspective also makes a lot of sense. Word, yeah. But don't forget, my perspective is spawned mainly for laziness. I would argue that my perspective was laziness first, and then I tried to rationalize it after. That's true, because obviously I didn't know that I would be getting the similar numbers on everything. You know, I wouldn't know that unless I already started doing that. So, yeah, truly just laziness. Don't assume otherwise. I need to do this relatively quick and then call everybody back. See what fire has started or some shit. Hey. It's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. It's magic, you know. You can, if you want to believe it's not so, but you don't have to, you know. We could do high/stoner mix. I've got a few stoner songs. Always goes down during stream time, innit? Yeah, it does. But you've also got to remember, I'm trying to do 500 hours. You know what I mean? And recently I've been streaming more frequently, trying to catch up. So it would make sense that, you know, if they call at any time, there's a high chance that I'll be streaming during that time anyway. I mean, right now I've streamed for only 1 hour 43 minutes, to be fair, and that's all I've streamed today. But, you know, shit's been busy. Do that shit. Yeah, could do. Big goal. Yeah, could absolutely. It is a big goal. I think it's seeming the more progress I make throughout the year, the less likely this shit seems, to be honest with you. All right, let's have a look. So last submission 20th of August. I've got time. It can be 20 minutes or 2 hours, however long you want. It's going to be 20 minutes. The set can be new or existing, but needs to not already be on Mixcloud, genre, anything. All you need to submit it as an MP3, submit photos to choose from for me to make the cover art, and I will make your online work on it. I'll just send them the thingy. Check out who's already, and get featured, submit here. So if I press submit here, let me just have a look at what the upload is. Do they want absolute MP3? Genre tags. Have you added an intro? No. 2 images onto the Google folder? Sure. Give us 2 sentences about yourself. I'll just copy and paste. Instagram account, track upload, then give it a name. This will the set can be anywhere between 15 and 60 minutes long. That's on the Google Drive. That wasn't there before, because in the email it says 20 minutes. So I'm going to go with the shortest one because I don't want to say lazy, but yeah, never believe it's not so. You can only stream music for the goal, or gonna mix it up. I'm gonna do 15. I'm gonna mix it up, bro. I'm 100% gonna mix it up because I I min-maxing. I stream Minecraft as well because I really enjoy Minecraft. Yeah, but a lot of it is music related, other than the Minecraft. Yeah, the other day I streamed UFC and I got a warning. Got to do it as a DJ. Not lazy, yeah, min-maxing. Got to do it as a DJ producer, sure. I mean, I am busy today, to be fair. I've got a lot of weed-related songs, actually. We could absolutely have a lot of weed fun here. Let me see if they need me to name it in any way. Because having a theme would actually make me stand out a little bit more. We could do metal step. They're not gonna like that. Nobody fucking likes that. We could do screechy shit. I fucking love screechy shit. We could do chill step. They're not gonna like that. We could do rhythm. They're not gonna like that. We could do weird dubstep. But I think most people think all dubstep is weird dubstep. Did you have a controller in hand pretending it's the game? No, I'm playing Minecraft on my laptop. I see what you mean for the UFC. Shit, then, could have. But you know what it is? I was watching it. They know that it was copyright content because it's already on YouTube. I was literally watching YouTube, just streaming myself watching YouTube. But they said it's okay if you're doing like educational content. So if I paused it every now and then and be like, that was a punch, then it would have been fine. Get some joke samples for production too. Let me come through. Yeah, could do, to be fair. Well, we should, when we hop on Overwatch, we should stream that shit. Bro, I can't. I'm a console player, and my streaming setup is on PC, so I can't, unfortunately. I wish I could. And my PC is a Mac, so you can't get Overwatch from Mac without running some sort of thingy, and I don't want to do that. Alright, the theme is blurring the lines between dubstep and D&B with that Rasta infusion. I gotcha, so many loopholes. I don't know why, when you said loopholes, it looked like blowjobs to me. It's been a wild few days. We've got a pretty dubstep. Just for fun, I'm going to play this song because I think it is very pretty. This is a song by Dub Freak. I'm not going to do it in the mix, but it's just a song that I think is really, really pretty, and I think you should have a listen to it. I'm going to turn this mic off.
It's called Stars by Dub Freak. God, the audio is so different now, isn't it? I don't know how to use a capture card, but I'm sure I could learn. I really appreciate that, Nex. You go out of your way. I really appreciate that. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it's such a beautiful song, isn't it? So fucking pretty. I'm going to transition into something else in a bit, which is also equally pretty. I'm going to be honest, I don't know why this song is in this playlist. This song is not pretty in my opinion. I wish I could remove the song on my decks, but I cannot do that. Remove the song from the playlist. I cannot do that, unfortunately. I know exactly what playlist this should be in, and it is not this. It's the disgusting playlist. Grimiest, I called it. Fuck it, let's go over to the grimiest playlist to give you an idea of what other songs exist in here, which sounds similar to this. Deep right brain. Vibe maxing, that's funny as well. Yeah, sludginess for sure. Grimy sound, yeah, for sure. 140ish Croydon grime step, gotta be my favorite. Yeah, really in a car, for sure. Terrible sound design, just fucking, everything's fucking shaking. Yeah, I love that.
Say kids, what time is it?
We defo gotta collaborate, bro. See, I did a really cool transition there where I just talked over the mic during the transition. You would never know. I don't like that transition, to be honest, because it's not very seamless, and it feels a bit broken because you can hear my voice and then it becomes a different song, and it doesn't feel as fluid. I'm never going to do that again. I just learned. Yeah, I'm so down to collaborate, bro. I love making music, and your flavor, though I've not heard it, I'm excited to explore with it. That's the player just fucking talk over the mic during transitions. If you could talk for days, you can mix for days, bro. They'll never know. How could they know? One last song in this mix, grimiest, and I think you're going to recognize it, and if you don't, surely you recognize this song. I'd be so fucking surprised if you didn't know this song. The next song, not this song, because who knows this song, you know what I mean? I know it, but it's not very well known, but this next song really is, and you should know it if you don't. Oh yeah, for sure. So what I'm planning on doing next is soon, probably next week, maybe the week after, I'm going to be doing live streams of song feedbacks. So if you're around for that, just hop on in and send me a link, SoundCloud to the song, and then I can give live feedback. I'm looking to make content out of it as well, in terms of like making a reel out of that, which could be good for one, you get your song on the stream for all one viewer to watch, and two, it'll go onto my Instagram, TikTok, and Shorts as well for all 12 viewers to watch. So a little extra fun stuff as well there, and of course you get the value of me giving feedback as well. Awesome. This song, surely you recognize it. Iconic indeed, bro. Alright. Enough of that. Since you already know it, there's no need for us to play it, right? I'm gonna do 15 minutes mixing, then I'm gonna pee. This is to vibe, yeah. This song was almost pretty much what sort of fucking inspired me to make that grimiest playlist. There's only like 5 songs in it, but I've got a lot of grimy songs that, every now and then when I'm DJing, I drag more and more songs into the playlist, but I can only do it on the laptop. So I can only really do that when I'm DJing with the laptop, which is not right now. All right, guys, smash it, gang. Cheers. Oh, shit. That means that I'm not going to be able to talk on the mic during this, unfortunately. In hindsight, because every time I talk on the mic, it's gonna pick up on the USB. Anyway, if you want to enjoy the music, feel free to do so. And I think you might, because this is going to be pre-2010s dubstep. All right, bye. I could still talk here, but it's a bit distorted and a bit fucked up. So, be aware. I can still talk, but it'll ruin the sound quality as well. Oopsie. At that point, I might as well just start again, because that was a bad mix. I don't mix with headphones. You know what I mean? I don't beat match with headphones. I like to beat match out loud, and that was just not in. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it much fucking quicker. Let's just do really fucking quick transitions as if it means anything at all.
fi get up on the bus in them walk fuck. I don't give a damn, I don't give a fuck. I care bad luck if fi get up on the pussy you want. No, I don't give a damn, I don't give a fuck. I care bad luck if fi get up on the gun you want bust. I don't give a damn, I don't give a fuck. I care bad. Poison that, hey, boom. I don't give. I don't give. I don't give. I don't give a damn.
phenomenon one. This one dedicated to all bad man. Whether you're from Manchester or London, whether you're from North London or Brixton, put up on the hand, phenomenon two. Side flow and I kill a man a road show. So what brothers on me road deep pro? You don't wanna brush, we'll step on with show. You know I say I true. Phenomenon three. Put in the ganja and take out the seed. We all of me intelligent people on the roadside we are smoke weed. Yes indeed, that's what we need. Four. One time we talk and we'll talk no more. Side them boy, I'ma kick off them door. Kick off them door, I'ma run up with the 4-4. You don't wanna see the 4-4-5. Boss my gun and them not stay alive. Take where your son, I might take where your wife. And you don't know what's that. Me I go still, I go stab with knife. Tell them about phenomenon 6. Them walk with knife when we walk with sticks. Kill a mommy, I go down some bricks. Down some bricks with a M16. Tell them about phenomenon 7. How much gun we bought for the week 7? Man don't want get 1 out of the 7. Cause you only gonna get 11. Tell them about phenomenon 8. Bust my gunshot boy at the gate. We not really care if it's early or late. Bad man real, we not fake. Straight. Phenomenon 9. Take with a 9. SW9. Tech 9 and the Tech 9. Boy them can't this me is fine. If my boy fuck with mine, then I get the 10. Mac 10. Phenomenon 10. Tell them I'm ready now, tell them again. No problem.
Gang. 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 Me and Killer Man boss off the beats gang. 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 Me and Killer Man reload the big gang. 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 Me and Killer Man boss off the beats gang. 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 Me and Killer Man reload the beats gang. 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 Me and Killer Man boss off the beats gang. 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 Me and Killer Man reload the beats gang.
When your spirit is floating down that tunnel with the light, you know what's behind the light? It's not God, it's me. And I'm gonna take your pussy soul all the way back down the tunnel till you choke on your own fucked up ribs. Now, wake the fuck up. Casper. Fuck.
Oh, fuck me.
structure, bro. It's a Rodney Rolls remix. You're lucky I caught that because it's not in the chat. I just saw it on the screen just now. I wasn't even looking for like 10 minutes. Easy peasy, nice chill. Nice chill music. Everybody's happy, everybody's a winner. Gandra Smuggling, such an imperative tune on default. It's lovely. And I'm glad I chose that one to finish with because, yeah, like you say, it is a fucking... It's beautiful. It's a chef's kiss. It's better than a Poseidon's kiss, that's for sure. No, it's absolutely delicious. It's such a beautiful song. I had a job stacking shelves with a friend of mine. He became a friend of mine. I didn't know him before. I was stacking shelves, and we may or may not have been getting drunk and / or high because it was a late night thing because it was delivery shifts, and so there was no customers in the store, and so we would get, you know, maybe hypothetically we would get in, you know, a bottle of vodka or so and go into the staff room because there's no cameras in the staff room, and we would take a shot every time there was a new song playing. Sometimes we'd get the radio playing, but a lot of the time we would get our own songs playing. And he introduced me to that song. And we were talking about dubstep, and he was like, yeah, this is a dubstep song that I know. And I hadn't heard of it before then. And it's such a fucking beautiful song. Such a beautiful song. Truly, truly a beautiful song. I may cut out in just a moment, but bear with. Still here? Lovely, imagine that. Yeah, I'm glad that you liked it. I'm glad that you also agree that it's a good closer. One of these songs is it. I know it's not this, because that's literally empty. Probably is this one, but we can check because this is 201 megabytes plus this failed attempt, which was only 28.1 megabytes. So we're going to just grab that and throw it away. We're going to drag this over here, and we are done. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to call it Faded Community. And yeah, I'm gonna call it there, bro. Listen, I'm so grateful that you came down here, buddy. Ganja Smuggling, the OG, was the first ever song I ever smoked up to. Oh shit, wow. I don't know what the first ever song that I smoked up to is. Because when I used the first, because it was like at parties and so there's some random fucking music's playing, you know what I mean? Though that friend did like dubstep, but it wasn't that kind of dubstep. It was like bro step sort of dubstep, but this was in like 2012 or some shit. You know what I mean? Pleasure tuning in with you always. Yeah, thank you, bro. Core memory with Modern Warfare 2. Damn, I never played those games. I was a Minecraft boy. That's how you know you smoked. Yeah. Enriching dialogue always. Cute. Yeah, thanks for coming down, bro. It's such a pleasure having you around. yeah, hopefully you're able to come down to more, because yeah, like I say, it's an absolute pleasure. I'm sweating like there's something that sweats a lot. I can't think of anything to say that's not inappropriate, but I'm gonna go. All right, see you later. Take care. Let me stop the timer. I pretended to freeze when the timer stopped.